Glenn, we'll talk a little bit about recruiting. What's that been like for you? Can you talk a little bit about, your recruiting process and what you're looking for in college?
The recruiting process is starting to pick back up. Schools just got out of spring ball, stuff like that. I've been getting a lot of calls from colleges all over. Texas Tech, Central Arkansas, and the list can go on. But the recruiting, it's been fun. You get to, take visits to colleges, get to experience stuff people won't get to experience in their lifetime. So I'm not taking it for granted.
That's definitely, less than 3% of the population actually get to go play sports in college, which is super cool and an interesting statistic. But for you, what are you looking, or how do you see yourself fitting into a program? How do you want to fit into a program?
I want to feel like I belong there, like they want me there. And like for a quarterback, I need them to have the type of offense that fits my play style. I need a bond with the head coach, the offensive coordinator, basically the whole coaching staff, I want them to have my major at that college, because education comes before football. Can't keep pads on forever, so that's the stuff that I'm looking for.
So you just said you want them to have your major. What do you want your major to be?
I want to be a veterinarian.
Okay, that's awesome. What makes you want to be a veterinarian? Tell me more about that.
Since I was a kid, I always had a little deal with animals. My daddy say I walk in the house with a frog or a snake in my hand, something. So I don't know, they just fascinating. So I ain't tripping if I help them,
That's awesome. So would you want to be like a pet veterinarian, or you want to be like an ag vet?
Pet vet.
I love it. So for you, Glenn, can you talk a little bit about your quarterback style? What kind of quarterback are you?
I'm a dual threat. I could throw 70 yards. I run a 4.5, so it's pretty dangerous. So yeah.
Awesome. And who are you off the field? We know that football kind of surrounds everyone's life, but who are you off the field? Can you kind of give us a little bit of insight on who Glenn Rice is?
Well, if you ask anybody else, they're gonna say I'm a jokester, but I'm pretty serious myself, But off the field, I just hang out with family, with friends. We just kick it, and we just bond.
And it's all said and done, what do you want people to say about you when it's all said, when you're gone from the high school?
I want people to say he was the best quarterback to come through Lancaster, but I also want them to say he is a really good dude. I don't want people just to remember me as a quarterback. I want them to remember me as a great person.
The Recruiting Trail is presented by Calverly Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, a service experts company proudly serving the Fort Worth area.